Welcome back to the Atlantic Construction Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Arsenault. On this episode, we have Amanée Mousavi and Farhang Fotovat from Cresco. Amanée is also the president of Family Business Atlantic. Lots of great discussions ahead. Hope you enjoy. All right, welcome back to the Atlantic Construction Podcast. Today I have with me Amanée Mousavi, sales and marketing with Cresco, and president of Family Business Atlantic, and also Farhang Fotovat, commercial construction development manager with Cresco. Thanks for being here, guys. Great to have you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, just so Amanée, do you want to just jump in and sort of give us a little background first about Family Business Atlantic? We'll try and tie that in with the family business of Cresco and sort of complement each other with that, but maybe dive into Family Business Atlantic and sort of what it is and this opportunity to reach contractors through the construction podcast. So
Absolutely. Well, as we all know, Atlantic Canada is really rich in family business. Mm-hmm. And, we like to say a family business is anyone who supports their families, employs families, or receives, emotional or financial support from their families. And right now, Family Business Atlantic, we are a membership-driven organization. Mm-hmm. Our main goal is to support the economic prosperity in Atlantic Canada, and we do that through a number of ways. Mm-hmm. We offer to our members complimentary programming. So, that's anything, well, right now with COVID, it's all online webinars, but I think there's hope that we will have some face-to-face programming in 2021, fingers crossed.
yes, fingers crossed for sure.
But there's a lot of value to our members, and we offer educational courses for our members, anything from, taking leadership training courses, HR, management. And in addition to the programming, I'd like to say one of our main value propositions is our offering of a peer group. Mm-hmm. Right now, Family Business Atlantic, we have 7 peer groups. And basically a peer group is like a mini board of directors. It's a confidential space where you and other like-minded individuals who are also involved in family business, they meet once a month. And, you have like a 3-hour meeting, and it's just such a nice, safe, and confidential platform where you just share all of your family business challenges. You learn from one another, you share your stories and your experiences, and, say there's something on your mind, like your son working in the business and your father is the owner, and, you're like, Dad, why are you making it so hard for me? And, like, you want to share your challenges with, this is a really nice place to go where everybody just talks about family business dynamic. And we know family business is very unique in its challenges.
For sure. Yeah, I think, and just coming from a family business background personally myself, and of course I've been a member of Family Business Atlantic, and so I can speak to just the value of the peer groups, because like you said, it is a really unique dynamic. And if you're not in one, and I think, to define a family business would be, whether or not it's family ownership, like you said with Family Business Atlantic, it's structure, like it could be family that works with it. It could be emotional support, financial support. There's many different dynamics to it. But just to have that peer group to talk to people on a monthly basis who, have similar experiences where family dynamics are kind of, infiltrate your work life. And so then exponentially it can become, a certain unique stress. And so the peer groups, just from personal experience myself, were very helpful. And that's one of the reasons why I thought, I appreciate you being here, Amanée, and like just thinking that more people need to know about Family Business Atlantic. And especially in the construction community, because I think, there's so many subcontractors and so many tradespeople, and it seems to be, I know Family Business Atlantic focuses on every industry, right? You guys are not specific to any industry, and what is like all your members are from various backgrounds, right? But I think in the trades, there could be way more people benefiting from like what you guys offer, and
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, us being involved in a family business, we see who our, who our sub-trades are, who our partners are, our contractors, and honestly, the majority of them are family businesses.
Yeah.
And, at Family Business Atlantic, we like to say, you are a family business if you feel you are a family business. You could be like a young guy, an entrepreneur, starting up a siding company, but you are, and you will become a true family business. You are receiving emotional, financial support from your family. Mm-hmm. So we don't like to define family business at all.
Right.
And right now, actually, speaking of entrepreneurs, we're really catering to that sector as well. Mm-hmm. And I'll let you know that we are working on an entrepreneurial initiative right now, which if it launches, it's really going to broaden our scope of membership and to be inclusive of, small to medium enterprises, families involved in business, entrepreneurs. Yeah. And, I'll also just let you guys know a little bit of who our members are who are involved in construction. And maybe some of them are listening right now. Yeah. We have Kim Conrad with Conrad Brothers. We have the Hardman Group. I Love Renovations. The Jessam family involved in property management. A generational business, the Blendon family, Blendon Construction. Barrett Lumber. We also have Maple Leaf Homes out of New Brunswick. And lots of other trades like Windows Home Improvements, Leahy's Glass, and Scotia Metals. Of course, Cresco. We've been involved since 2010.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these members are from Nova Scotia, and you also have some members in New Brunswick, and you kind of have an initiative now to sort of reach some people in PEI, which is kind of a new area that you're trying to get Family Business Atlantic some exposure.
Yes, I'm so excited that, our board, we've taken the initiative to move into PEI. And really, this is just going to open up so much opportunity for those family businesses in PEI. I don't really recall the stats, but Michael LeBlanc, who's CFO of Leahy Glass, he's really spearheading this initiative right now. And I just remember looking at the list, and I was like, oh, my God, PEI is just full of family businesses. And if we're able to bring, our resources here to there and collaborate with them, it's just going to be so great for all of us. And our goal right now, we will launch officially in May. And our goal is to get a peer group right off the ground in PEI.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. That's so exciting. Just maybe touch a little bit about the educational stuff that you offer, like for management of within family businesses, whether it's accounting or HR.
Yeah.
Like I know that I've attended a few of those educational offerings that you guys offer, and it's very valuable.
Yeah, I believe you were part of the course. Which course was it?
I'm trying to remember.
Leadership in HR?
That's right.
Yeah. So we are very fortunate to have partnered up with the Department of Labor and Advanced Education. Mm-hmm. And they really enabled us to offer these educational courses to our members. Right now, we have digital marketing, which is a full class. Mm-hmm. And pretty soon, we're going to be offering some other courses as well. But leadership has been a course. HR best practices has been a course. Yeah. And our goal is to really communicate with our members to see what are their business needs. Yeah. So we're constantly sending out surveys.
It's constantly changing too with the times, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And speaking of that, we have done close to 40 webinars up to date because this time last year we were shut down. Yeah. So, we had to cancel our face-to-face programming, and these webinars, I can't tell you how valuable they have been to our members. I feel more connected with people involved in family business now than prior to COVID. Yeah. Because we're online once every 2 weeks, and we're connecting. We're talking about, like-minded problems that we're having. We're all trying to navigate and learn how to be successful through COVID. Yeah. And what's been really great is also a third of our membership at Family Business Atlantic, they're advisors. So these are trusted advisors who are there to help our members with any issue they have, whether it's legal, succession planning, estate planning, as I mentioned, HR, insurance issues, wills, all that. So they come to our programming sessions, our webinars, and they're subject matter experts. So whatever that topic may be for that week, they're on there talking to the members, providing really great value. And it just ends up being like a nice coffee chat. Yeah. We're all in the morning drinking our coffee and able to hear what each other are doing and learning from one another. And I really feel those in the construction industry can benefit from an association like this. Just, we're all one voice at the end of the day.
Absolutely. The support is incredible. I've even attended a few of the Family Business Atlantic webinars throughout COVID, and I think one was on the CWS funding and the rent subsidy, just the different things that are out there during COVID for businesses to be aware of and stuff. And I know of a few family businesses, I won't mention them, but that because of those webinars, knew about things they would otherwise have not known about. They were the perfect candidate for these fundings. And so, I mean, the support is incredible, and it's so catered to the needs of each member of Family Business Atlantic, right? So it's not like it's just like, well, let's put on this, let's offer this, it's more like, what do they need? Like, everything is so well thought out, and that's...
it's funny, during COVID, we actually increased our membership. I think we're upward of 110 to 115 members right now, and during COVID, we were able to establish our 7th peer group. So that came from, people really needing a place to feel supported.
Yeah, and each peer group would have anywhere between like 8 to 12 members, something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so great. I really hope that people who are tuning in, whether they're in the construction industry or not, just to go check out Family Business Atlantic, because it's really incredible, the stuff that you guys are doing. It's so important. Yeah, the support is so important.
It's also really affordable. It's only $500 for a membership fee, and that membership is not only for you; it's for your entire company.
Yeah.
So maybe your CEO wants to join one of the courses. Maybe your daughter's thinking of joining the business. She wants to maybe get into the accounting side of things. Everybody has access to the programming, the events, and the network.
Even the succession planning things that you guys, assist with, like it's so important for families to have support with that. There's so many things happening and so many things transitioning, and like it's incredible. I think it's just it's something that more people need to tune into for sure. Yeah, Farhang.
Yes.
Maybe just give us a little bit of background about Cresco, the company, and sort of your guys, a bit of the story there, and your role with Cresco.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Cresco started by my uncle, Hussein Mousavi, in 1989. Actually, he had some background, I think, around the after revolution, Iranian Revolution in 1979, 1980. He came to Canada. He studied, he got a Bachelor of Science in St. FX University, and then he started construction. He got into construction and driving taxi, and just started that one. In 1989, he started Cresco with his other partners. And in 1994, my father-in-law, Talib Abadali, joined him, and they started basically working together. Since then, it just grew, and just, both of them, they are just like visionary people. They just had they grow the company. They got from the home construction to get to land development. In 2006, they bought 1,300 acres of land.
Is that the Parks of West Bedford?
That's what's known as Park of West Bedford right now. It's the most successful development in the east of Montreal. It's from then they got to building apartment buildings, commercial buildings. Now we are in like almost any type of real estate business.
Right.
We are in.
And is there two other? So there's like 3 main communities that you guys have.
Yes.
Parks of West Bedford being one.
Yeah, Cresco basically mostly our main office is in Bedford, and mostly they started from Clayton Park.
Right.
They built Clayton Park in Kingswood. But our recent developments where we worked with the Parks of West Bedford, the Ravines of Bedford South, and Russell Lake West.
Okay. Maybe tell us a little bit about your journey and moving here in 2005. And I think you said you attended NSCC with whatever the construction courses were called at that time.
Yeah.
Sort of your journey to...
Yeah. I came to Canada with student visa. I wanted to leave Iran and just like get a student visa. I came here to Canada. My uncle was here. Didn't know anything about Canada.
Right.
Basically just wanted to leave the country. And I came to Canada in 2005 with a student visa and tried to find now what I want to do. I started studying business in St. Mary's. And then I said, no, that's not for me. I went to community college and took that construction administration technology course.
Right.
It was one of the best programs that
So
I
this-
recommend it to anyone that wants to get into construction.
And that's NSCC, just for our
NSCC,
listeners? Okay.
yes, NSCC. The first year I was in Leeds Street, and the next year, second year, it's a 2-year program. We moved to Waterfront campus. That was the first year that they had the Waterfront campus open. And that was a 2-year program. When I finished it, I changed my study permit to work permit and I started working here. I was working different parts of construction, from just working as a junior site supervisor to doing cost consulting and estimating and loan monitoring. Then I moved I work even just some hard labor as a concrete formwork company. In a concrete formwork company, I run a crew of formwork laborers. And then I moved to Cresco. 2013, I joined Cresco and joined the family business.
Nice.
Which is, I'm very happy right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying just being part of a family business.
Right.
Just it's giving a purpose for my life.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's an amazing story. Just everything from working on the sites and running a formwork crew to NSCC, and it's such a amazing background of experience. Maybe during the pandemic, for you and your position at Cresco,
Yes.
I'm sure there were many challenges.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Maybe touch on a few of the toughest ones.
Yeah, I'm sure that your other guests, they talk about this, but when they start, we were just like, they start shutting down basically businesses, and we said, what is going to happen with construction? Actually, I think construction industry in general, they were very successful negotiating with the government, with provincial government, and just like basically with having plans, just like agreeing the getting agreement of the government to not to shut down the construction. And but we came up with different plans. Like I had at one time, I had in my job site, I had like 3 different shifts, basically to separate people from each other. The idea was that we just only have one crew in our homes. I was doing a project of multi-unit, and I just like the idea was that just to have one crew in each unit at a time. I had like 3 shifts. I had like people that were coming from 7 to 3 o'clock, 3 to 9, and I even had some of the trades.
Sounds
that
like
they
a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, no, but they agreed. They said, we don't want to be around this. We don't know what is happening. I just want to work by myself.
Yeah.
How about if I come and work overnight? And that worked good. We just tried. Of course, it wasn't the same speed as what we were doing before.
Yeah.
Production wasn't there. Some of the trades started like having their workers staying home, but we managed it. Definitely, it was challenging, but good thing with us is that in Nova Scotia we learn and we adopt to changes.
Yeah. So you guys have like a sort of portfolio of all the subcontractors that you use for your home builds, and then with your company structures, you have site super and project managers. Sort of maybe just run us through sort of how things.
Yes, it's as companies growing, we keep adding more people. It started with one person, Hussein himself, running. He always talked about the time that he was like building 200 homes by himself and just like one person. But our success and Cresco, it's our trades, loyal trades that we have, our subcontractors that we're working. We made a great relationship with them, and we always, when we look at them, we look at them as partners.
Yeah.
We just we have very good trades that are working with us, and we try to build that relationship with them, long-term relationship with loyalty. We are good to them, and they are good to us, and we try to keep them as long. We try to work with them as long as there is no issue. Yeah, definitely, there are partners. Right now, we have in our home construction. I'm not part of home construction. I'm not doing that much home construction, but in our home construction, we have about six employees, and anytime. And I heard that around our job sites, we have about like 200 to 250 trades. Sometimes they're working on our different projects that we have.
Right.
Yes.
And so your position is commercial construction, so that would be apartment buildings and anything outside of home builds.
Yeah, in 2013, when I joined Cresco, at the time, we have our biggest partnership with Clayton Developments. That was our land development. We also owned some lands. Cresco owned some lands and their own that I started working as development manager and looking after developing those lands that we had. Some of them, they were in different stages. We had some of them approval already in place. Some I had to go get approval. Right. And with that, I got developed those lands, basically preparing them, anything from just like cutting trees, getting approvals, cutting trees, doing the site work, building roads, putting pipes in the ground, doing curbs and sidewalks, anything before construction, then making the path ready for homes to be built on them, or apartments or commercial. That's what I did. And after, since about 2 years ago, we decided to also expand and move to multi-unit construction. Right. The first project that I'm doing right now, it's a project that we are doing with a partnership of Shaw, which is a very interesting project. This is probably the first project it's happening at this scale in Nova Scotia. It's a 38 units of townhomes. These all modular homes. The units are built in manufacturing. Prestige homes in Sussex, New Brunswick. They ship by trailer to here, and on site, basically even from the time that we got the site, we had to put the foundation, build pony walls, and the units, they come, the main floor and second floor, almost like I say 100% ready. Kitchens are installed in it, toilets are installed, flooring is already done, drywall, painted, everything. All just like we get these ones, and we get the crane to put these units together. It's basically 8 blocks of 5 units, 2 of them actually 4. 38 units together. They go together like a Lego, with just like 8 hours. The screen starts 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 5 o'clock, we have 5 blocks done. Start now. Because of the type of because these are townhomes, they cannot finish the exterior, and in the manufacturer. Right. But we have to finish the exterior and connect the pipes. But it's a very interesting project. I see that more of that will happen as we have shortage of trades.
This is happening currently, right now?
It's happening, yes. It's happening right now. I'm working on the last 4 of these, and we have planned to start to do another 20 of them. These ones that are working on them, they are called Brownstone Way townhomes. They're all rental. These are 2 floors on top of each other, 16 foot wide. That's the 16 foot is the max that they can carry. Basically, bring them on the trucks, and they can go anywhere from like 30 to 70 feet deep. That's because of the size of the trucks. But the units that we have right now are about like 30 to 40 feet deep. Very like it accepted like. It was amazing how quick they get accepted by the market.
Right.
It was something that in land development, there is something that they all talk about it, and it's called missing middle. You have like the missing middle is that part between apartment building and home construction. Like if somebody wants to rent, they don't want to be in a large house, but also they will want to be on the second floor or third floor or 10th floor of apartment building.
I see.
This is another option that will just bring it to the market.
What's the square feet of these modular units?
These are less than 2,000 square feet. Very affordable. Very, very affordable compared to apartment buildings. This is even rent is more affordable than apartment buildings. Yes.
How many can they truck over at one time? Where they come from New Brunswick, you
They
said?
come from New Brunswick, yes. I don't think there is limit. Under the manufacturer, they're talking about anything they can produce about like 40 units per week. Or, sorry, no. I think they manufacturer, they can produce up to 16 units per week. I'm not sure exactly about that number. But there is no limit as long as how many trucks they can bring them. And just like, it's just having a crane, put them together.
Available
Yeah, we started this, and it's interesting. As we were going through this, we were making changes to this to the units to make them more efficient, the way that we are doing it. When the first phase of this, when I started, all the electrical and plumbing, they were coming to the basements, and we had to connect them all together.
Right.
With the second phase, we start moving the basic hot water tanks, and putting individual electrical panels in each unit, in each floor, and only have one line coming down to the basement, connected to the main panel for electrical. For plumbing, we move the hot water tank to the second floor instead of just having it to the basement. Reduce big amount of pipe plumbing that we needed to do, and also move the HRVs to the second floor. And just we bring just one supply and one exhaust for the bathroom and to the basement. The next phase that we are going to do, it's a bungalow, which is bungalows on crawl space. This is where I'm very excited about the next phase of this, which is phase 3. These are 20 bungalow townhomes that they just the units are coming already ready, and all we need to do, we just put them on the crawl space. And not much connection of electrical or plumbing in these ones, that these are going to be even more efficient.
So for this model, what would you say it saves you on the schedule for construction?
It's
Sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
like
timing.
a third of the time?
Third of the time. But what this add to us was that we're not using our own trades to build these units. These are already built in manufacturing.
Except for the cladding and the building envelope.
Yes, yeah. Or we're using our trades, minimal amount of our trade to use them. These are already built in manufacturers in New Brunswick, and we bring them to Nova Scotia. One thing, it's big topic right now in construction, it's shortage of trade. We don't have enough skilled trade to do what we want to do. Yeah. As population is growing, that means we have more, we all hear about this, that population of Nova Scotia is growing, especially Halifax. Yeah. And now what they need homes. How are we going to build them if we have shortage of trade? If they're doubling the amount of increase in population, that means that we need to double the speed of construction and the units that we are building. Now, this is something that I see there's opportunity to move forward with this type of projects.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the other thing is that just, they don't lose any time in winter time, and just, it depends on the weather. Everything is built in a
sounds too good
closed
to be true.
space. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's so exciting. Really interesting. Maybe let's chat about just sort of, Family Business Atlantic and its role with Cresco and your current succession planning and sort of how that looks and how that works currently.
Yeah, for sure. So as Farhang alluded to, Cresco is made up of two families, the Mousavi family, which my father started, and then the Abadali family, and which is Talib Abadali. And Talib Abadali's daughter married my cousin Farhang. So now we're actually a really true family business. Yeah. And, Obviously the owners of the company, they are hoping that, more family gets involved. And we've really needed Family Business Atlantic's support to get to where we want to go for the future. So, as I mentioned, we joined in 2010, and through the connections that I've made at Family Business Atlantic, we were able to hire a family business advisor. And her name is Dr. Margaret Humphreys. She's the owner of Watermark Partners. And through her help, we have now established a family council and a shareholders council. So the joint family council, it's basically, the two families, whether you're a shareholder or not, you are still part of this family business. Right. And we meet on a maybe bi-yearly basis, I would say. And we talk about anything from, updates of Cresco's future ventures, joint ventures, partnerships, anything that that's on the horizon for Cresco. It's really important to keep the family informed, and that's what the main purpose of the Joint Family Council is. But the Shareholders Council, that's where all the ownership decisions are going to be made. And, I know that we're in the midst of our succession planning right now. The owners of the company, they're definitely not going anywhere. However, what we're really concentrating on right now is grooming the families who want to be involved in the family business. So like myself, I've worked with Cresco in sales and marketing for the past 12 years now. I do hold my real estate license with Royal LePage Atlantic. But, specializing in new construction has really allowed me to service my family business. I'm super involved with new home construction right now. Mm-hmm. And not only doing the sales and marketing, but, being part of a family business, it's nice to, also learn about how the homes are being constructed, being involved in the construction, the design, mm-hmm. the exterior and the interior finishes. So, I'm definitely learning a lot through our family business advisor, and I'm sure many of the other children who are thinking of one day to be in the family business, we're really benefiting from everything we're doing right now. So what's really interesting is we believe in order for Cresco to move to the next generation successfully, there has to be governance in place. And that's what we're very busy with doing right now. Everything we learned from successful family businesses is you should really have policies in place so that when it does go to the next generation, we're all on the same page and mm-hmm. following the goals and the values and the morals that the owners have. Mm-hmm. So, for example, at Cresco, we have came up with a shareholders expectation policy. Mm-hmm. We're working on family compensation and, trying to understand what the philosophy of family compensation is. We're going to be working on, conflict resolution. We all know that, no matter how much you love one another, conflicts do arise. Mm-hmm. So we're doing everything we can to be prepared and to just, be sure that when any challenges comes our way, we've already established where we want to go as a family. Right. And to keep those values really close to our hearts in every future decision we make. And with the market growing right now, we're looking to be a big part of that market growth. So we're working hard right now for the future success of the company.
Wow, that's such a unique scenario that you laid out in your involvement in it, just being Cresco being your family, Hussein being your father, you being the president of Family Business Atlantic, and sort of how Family Business Atlantic is assisting Cresco with this unique transition. And as you talk about it, there's so many elements. Like, it just makes me think it's so hard for people who are immersed in their businesses with so many different hats that they're wearing, so many daily tasks, to be able to take on that, what takes years regardless, but to have that third party of Family Business Atlantic providing you with that support, because really it's impossible to do that. without you're so busy and focused to do it right is what I mean. To do it right with all the different structures in place. That's just a really unique scenario as you explained that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's stories of, what could have been really successful family businesses transitioning to the next generation, seeing why they didn't and, what their failures were, is something that we're definitely learning about. And we're really lucky at Cresco. We're super fortunate to have really strong managers run the company so that right now as family owners, we can concentrate on not really working in the day-to-day business, but working on the business.
Right.
And
I like how you put that.
Thanks. That's basically what we're doing right now. Yeah. Working on the future succession.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting too that Hussein, your father, was he on a path to become a doctor? Was he in his Bachelor of Science? And then sort of the creative juices were so obviously he's done quite well for himself, but he just couldn't deny that other part of himself, and sort of at the time I'm sure people might have been a little bit critical maybe of him just taking such a shift off into development and whatnot, which I'm sure that he's rested those cases by now. But.
Yeah, it's funny. He came to Canada to be a doctor and going to St. Evax, studying science and all. But, I'm sure like all of us, early on we realized that if you're not following your passion, you're going to be best at what you do when you follow your passion. So quickly he shifted to, being able to save up enough money to purchase a few lots, build a few homes turned into 50 homes, turned into 100 homes. At 1 year, I think it was in Timberley Beachville, they were doing close to 200 homes a year. And geez, where the market's going right now, it's insane. So it's definitely a good time to be in the construction industry.
Wow. Yeah, it's so exciting. Well, thanks so much, guys, for being here. Really appreciate your time. It's been great to be able to chat with you guys about all these important topics. Just in closing, I'm just wondering if you want to let our listeners know and our followers know where they can find Cresco and where they can find Family Business Atlantic online.
Yeah, sure. So Family Business Atlantic, we have a really user-friendly website. And I definitely encourage everybody to check it out. It's familybusinessatlantic.ca. Once you're on there, you'll be able to see the list of who our members are, the list of who our trusted advisors are. And right now, I know as we're still living with COVID around us, we're all facing different challenges. But those challenges are also very similar to one another. So I can't stress enough how the trusted advisors at Family Business Atlantic have been there for their members from the beginning of COVID up until now. Just there for any support we may have. Some businesses are not doing so good financially, and others are having a very challenging time managing growth. So whatever it may be, these trusted advisors are there to basically hold their hand, because at the end of the day, we're all about supporting growth within Atlantic Canada. So definitely check out our advisors, and then you'll also see a list of our programming. Just feel free to hop on to one of our webinars. I'm sure it's a topic that you will be interested in. And again, you can find us at familybusinessatlantic.ca. And I'd be happy to speak with anybody. If you're working in the construction industry, you're a family business, or you're a young entrepreneur and you're thinking of, really expanding your business connections, this is a great place to do so. So you can always, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to sit down and have a chat with you.
All right.
And thanks again, Dan, for having this. This has really been, a great opportunity to learn more about the Atlantic Construction Podcast. I think what you're doing is fabulous. Having one voice for everyone in the construction industry, a place where we can just hop on and hear each other's views and really feel connected. I think as we live in these challenging times, the more we feel connected with one another, the more successful we'll be. So kudos to you for having this.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Atlantic Construction Podcast. Be sure to follow us on any podcast platform you use. You can also find us on LinkedIn and Instagram at Atlantic Construction Podcast. Be sure to send us a comment or a review. We'd love to engage with you.